All right, first off, I'm not at the aquarium. No, we didn't change locations here. And yes, you are looking at an octopus. In fact, you are looking at the sole reason why I am still at this company. For those of you who did not watch the Odd Shop on the DFS, the Stochastic channel, the day of the Super Bowl, I know things did not go well for me from a team standpoint, but our old Alex Baker, the boss man himself, Awesemo. It's like, I like that octopus bet. Was telling myself, Ben Raza and Lofty there in the break before we transitioned to him coming on. I like that octopus bet. Meanwhile, Raz is trashing me. Oh, my God, you're bringing up shit from left field, from the moon. This is UFO stuff. Mr. Awesemo says, yeah, I kind of like that octopus. I don't think I've ever had a bet where my job was on the line. But if that freaking octopus, which is the same guy who scores a touchdown, scores a 2-point conversion, doesn't hit, you don't see me. A lot of you are going to be happy about that, by the way. I don't necessarily think I like that. We're going to hit an NBA parlay today. You ready? 3 legs. It's easy. It's simple. I don't necessarily know if I like that vibe I was getting where I was like, I could have been fired. And then you were all looking like, oh, that's all it took? Really? Jazz open up as our first leg. This has moved. When I built this earlier, the Jazz were still at plus money. And it has dipped. They're actually laying a point right now. Take them. Take Utah. Doesn't matter about George Hill coming back to Indiana or anything else along those lines. The Pacers have not figured this thing out. They have not reacclimated to what they were pre-Tyrese Halliburton injury. And when you look at the return, again, Utah playing, although they've traded away a couple of bodies, Utah still has 2 key cogs of offense. If it's Lauri Marketing dropping 5 threes, if it's Jordan Clarkson getting to 25 points, that type of offensive pressure against a team in Indiana, home or away, that's not going to stop you, should open things up for the Jazz on the road here. Utah's not a great team right now, trading away, kind of settling in that reality we thought preseason. Pacers have dropped 4 straight, 15 of 17. I don't necessarily know why that changes tonight, just because they're going up against a squad in Utah who's also not really inspiring. But they trade a bunch of guys. Bodies are kind of back now, settling. And even still, you had that tight loss to the Knicks. Jazz are not nearly as awful as it seems. I really think the Pacers might be. That's what I'm saying. Like, I really think the Pacers might be that bad. And on essentially a pick'em game where I'm sacrificing 5 points here, I'll take the Jazz on the road to just outlast Indiana. All right, now let's make you some money here. All right, this is what we're going to do. This is an old slate. Let's update it and make you some money. I need you to take $5, right, and place it on the Sixers. Now, normally that's going to make you 47 cents. But in this case, what we're going to do here is hit you with an opportunity at DraftKings to turn $5 into $150. So I need you to take 90 seconds, click a link below, sign up to DraftKings, deposit $5 and only $5. That's it. That's all you need to do. This takes 90 seconds. Immediately place that $5 on the Sixers. This is a 5 to win 150 so long as the Sixers beat the Rockets. They may not cover that 14 points, They are going to win. There is no way in hell, especially following the Super Bowl, that the Sixers will let the city down of Philadelphia. That is going to come in the playoffs, but not now. This is $5 into 150, no matter how heavy of a favorite you're betting. Pre-game money line, just do it. It's right there for you. Again, this is the easiest process you have. No pun, but the Sixers. Next is the Knicks. We'll lay 2.5 at home against the Brooklyn Nets. This is a matchup here where Brooklyn has won, I think it's like 10 straight in the city of New York against the New York Knicks. Things have changed, I would say, exponentially since that. Hence why this line is going to continue to climb. I'd be shocked if this doesn't at least hit 3, if not higher. Again, we don't need that much movement to go through 3 like in the NFL here. But the Knicks, The Knicks have figured something out. They, I think, are settled in this reality here that they're probably a 6 to 8 seed, maybe at best a 5 seed, depending on how great they can play, depending on stretches that they can have fueled behind Jalen Brunson. And then, of course, what you get from Julius Randle, a lesser extent than R.J. Barrett, that's a bonus. And I know I'm saying that about an all-star in Julius Randle, but Jalen Brunson is the vehicle behind this machine. The Nets, all this history that they have against the Knicks came with guys on the team who aren't even on the team anymore. And I understand that Spencer Dinwiddie missed a buzzer beater, and you still have a team in Brooklyn that's competing, but this line is close solely because of the recent history that the Brooklyn Nets have had, and anybody looking at that's probably not going to go any deeper and say, oh, the Nets have been killing the Knicks. Yeah, with Kyrie, with Kevin Durant, even back in like 6 games, and all 3 of them played in James Harden. Enough. The Knicks, since 2020, have not beaten the Nets. I think it happens today, and I think they cover actually rather large. Last play is going to be minus 110. We don't have a huge break on this, unfortunately, at +1. It's going to be the same as +1 to minus 110. So a pick 'em on the money line. If you want to take the point since it's the same value, go ahead. That's fine with me. I'm just showing you this to make sure that you play this so that you're not playing +1 at minus 115 or +1 at minus 120. There is absolutely zero reason to sacrifice anything on the money line for a point. If it's the same, all things are equal, take the point. Denver here, new squad now coming in. And Miami, look, Miami has a test right now, especially up front. Thomas Bryant and Reggie Jackson are going to play for Denver. Love the addition of Thomas Bryant as a backup center, adding depth behind Jokic. And Reggie Jackson's going to thrive in that spacing. I tell you, you got a shot here to bet Reggie Jackson threes. I'm on that. Guys are going to get looks, and he takes them with somebody like Jokic out there creating so many shot opportunities. Denver is the better basketball team right now. It just happens to be on the road. And if you look at where they've been, this is kind of a needed win here to set a little pacing on the road. We saw how they bounced back after that bad loss. And now you're really in this situation here where you're taking on a Miami team that's marginally beating Orlando. Not to say that Orlando is the measuring stick here. I like the Denver Nuggets better. The new additions here are going to be a big difference. There is some question about depth up front for Miami. And the Heat are a good basketball team. I'm not going to pick them apart. Denver is the better team right now. Denver, I think, with that momentum, despite Miami winning games, is still the better team here. I'll take the point on the road, and that gets us to +581. Jazz on the money line, Knicks -2.5, Denver +1. We anticipate everybody playing tonight for the Nuggets. That's available. That's the bigger thing. Doesn't look like, Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray questionable, but I think one of those two guys plays. If not both, I'm getting ahead of it here. That is a significant change if, in fact, everybody's healthy, including Gordon and Murray. +581, 3-leg parlay. All right, now on your way out, why don't you check out our Bet Pro tool, man. Crushing this. I'm going to give you a week free below. A week free. Does it work? Absolutely. And we tweet these out. We tweet out plays. We put them in the Discord. This is what it looks like. Think about this. This is what it looks like. This is the easiest thing you'll do is sign up for Bet Pro, get a free week, and then just go in there and say, all right, what do I bet? Sean's on, Steve Buzzard, Alex Baker, all coming up, working together with an algorithm that works with projections and balances it off the market. So you're getting a play that makes sense with Awesomo's projections, Stochastic's projections, and on top of that, it's matching the best price for the market. And yeah, we'll go ahead and cash that. By the way, Anthony Davis under 4.5 cash. And it's telling you what to do. It's probably the simplest and easiest thing. You don't want to think? That's fine. That's why we're here. See ya.